Hello, all. Welcome. This is EnviroBoy. This is Scott posing as EnviroBoy, his alias. Not that secretively. We're playing Stardew Valley. I'm redoing this intro because I had things set up wrong, and it's weird and awkwardly silent because I was also setting some stuff up. But the moral of the story is I'm cheating now. I've installed a bunch of mods. They aren't massive well, I guess massive is a relative term. They're mods specifically designed for or specifically intended for just, quality of life, making things a bit more bit more like automated and smooth, and also a bit more functional. We have mods such as being able to activate our chests from anywhere. Got the automated one. I think everyone knows that one, where you can just like have things automatically taken care of for you and stuff, and that's pretty great when it comes to like the system management. Oh wait, hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. There might have been a tiny bit of a jump in pixels. I realized my screen was a little off center and it was gonna bother me. I'm using cheats. We're just gonna automate some things to make it so we can access our chests. I'm also able to pause time now because the fact is there's so much to get done always, and I'm not very good at this game, and so I wasn't able to get much done. So hopefully this way it'll make things largely a bit more expedient in terms of, actually making progress on stuff. Like Belinda, focus on what you're doing, man. You can't water the same plant 8 million times. So hopefully we won't like constantly lose progress with, our relationships with people, because now we'll actually have time to do that. I got the one too where you can like actually find people on the map, because those guys are just insane and like always running around. You can't ever find anyone. It's a real problem when you're just trying to track someone down. So we've got that stuff going on now, and that will hopefully make things a bit more effective, and we can get stuff done, like real progress in, real good amounts of time. We'll see how well it works. I'm still going to be really bad at this game, so if you're expecting someone who knows what he's doing, that's still your fault for thinking that would ever be how this was going to go down, because it's just not. I'm not good enough to do that. It's fine though. It'll be fun and doing stuff, and that way we can just basically every episode is me going about handling quests and all of that, and then like with whatever time's left after we've done farm and quest management and stuff, we can finish off the episode with, whatever time there is for things like mining or stuff like that. I need to get more seeds. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Today's the day of the luau. But we can come over here. See, like, this is great because we can still kind of go around. We can collect and harvest random things around, right? We've got time that we can do all of that business even before the luau starts. Just take everyone's stuff out of order. Okay, so we can't do that one. That would have been kind of fun and exciting, but we can't. So it's fine. But oh yeah, I was gonna move my furnace to make it easier to like do stuff now that I understand what the furnace is for and everything. So we'll do all of that, and it'll be, I'm presuming, an improvement for us all. But see, look at this. We can see where everyone is. Everyone's in respective places. Probably not. We can unpause time for a little bit and give them time to kind of move about. Whoops, we can... Yeah, so like we can do this and see if anyone starts moving about, because they're all in their homes, because it's still super early, so we can just kind of let some time pass. Wait, is time frozen right now? Or no, it wasn't. Okay, if team feels as usual now, it's weird and crazy, and this is, the type of thing that messes with it a little bit. But you know what? I've been led to believe that this is a pretty standard approach to playing this game, actually. Most people we'll do exactly this. Just cheat out the wazoo for the sake of dealing with whatever they, need to deal with. Like, we can come into here, because we do have some different collections that have stuff. And this is what's nice about this. We can see, like, if we go, we can just, like, go into our... No, that's not what I meant to do. You can see all these things. No, I need my... I thought this was... Wait, I'm confused. How many chests in range? Oh, shoot, they have to be... I have to be in range. Oh, maybe it's just that I can't do it from in here. Like, if we come out here... No, that's not it. How does this... Okay. This is confusing. I guess I misunderstood how that sheet worked. So never mind on that one. We'll manage all of that later. That's fine. We'll go over and just keep looking around. We can check our map and see. People are still largely not moving anywhere because it's still early. They might not move, actually, because today's the day of the luau. But we can also, if we come in here, I also got this one. Nothing posted today. That's great. And if we open this, today's the day of the luau. And the other fun one, too, people will appreciate this one, is if I'm, like, hovering over something, shall we say... Yeah, the carver knife we can open up, and then we've got our wiki there. So, like, this will hopefully be a much more effective gameplay of mine. I guess not open. Locked. Wait till 8 a.m. and see what happens. There we are. Sorry, I was just thinking about some gadgets I'm making. I've decided I'm gonna build a robot someday. Sounds very easy for you. Really? Are you sure it's not just you're not just trying to flatter me? Maru, of course I'm trying to flatter you. That's what I do. That's my business. I'm in the business of flattery. But yeah, see, we can look at this and we've got everyone's there. Go up and see Linus and all of the people. It's still locked. Probably will remain locked for the sake of luau times. And yeah, so, but this is largely good for us all, I think. And if not, then, oh well. It's just the way it goes, I suppose. We're probably not going to have a great time at the luau. But that's okay. These things happen. We're still pretty new to the town. We've been around for like, what, 2 months? We wouldn't expect to have a whole lot going on. You want something from me? No, I was just checking in, being neighborly. I suppose that's not always well received. And I'm not even going to judge you on that one, Linus, because the fact is I, as my own human being, am questionably into conversations with people. It says the luau's begun. We can see now here's where we can go ahead and stop time. If we go to the map, it doesn't show everyone there, but like we can kind of still go around and check, but this gives us the ability to check on stuff and harvest as much as possible. And that's kind of nice in its own way. I was supposed to bring something for the cookout, but I don't have anything I can make because I don't have recipes and stuff. So, you know, these are just the things that you have to deal with if you are new in town and, you know, don't know how to cook. Which many of us don't know how to cook. That's, you know, both the blessing and the curse of things like Uber Eats and Dine and Dash. It is both great because it allows for you to eat and live if you don't know how to cook, but it also it kind of, that's the same thing. Locked, yeah, everything's locked. It's the same, like, because you never learn how to cook because you can eat even if you don't know how to cook. With the luau happening, it feels like there's not much point in doing anything but going to the luau. Perhaps we can still talk to everyone here. Look sharp, Governor's here for his annual visit. If you brought something for the potluck, make sure to add it to the soup cauldron. Well, I suppose I have a couple things. I can maybe add some stuff here. Let's throw in a special... Maybe we can throw in just a regular grape or a spice berry. Let's throw in a spice berry. You added spice berry to the soup. Okay, so we've added something, and that's nice. What a lovely occasion. It's always a joy to visit Stardew Valley. Gosh darn right it is. We move forward with the luau? No, not yet. We need to talk to everyone. Speak to the missus about purchasing a vacation home here. That sounds very... Ow, you stepped on my foot, here. This is tiring, honey. Are you ready to visit the buffet soon? Pant. The out-of-shape man. Child is bored. Vincent isn't a good answer. Of course not. Look at her getting down with her bad self. She's unresponsive. She's passed out on the dance floor. She's unresponsive and no one is saying anything. They just assume that she's... Oh, and now she's seizing. Everyone thinks she's doing the worm. It's kind of disturbing. Music's too loud. Can't have a little peace and quiet to enjoy the ocean. The smell of the ocean takes me back many years, long before you were born. How would you know? Perhaps I'm some immortal being. I would like to dance, but I don't want to get sweetie. Perfect weather for a beach party, huh? One year, Sam put a pound of anchovies in the potluck soup. Ever wonder why Sam leads the town in community service hours? Probably because he has pounds of fish to put in the soup. Wow, you don't get hot pepper chutney like this in the big city. No, you just get 8 billion types of chutney that, you know, you try them all because you think, wow, this is exciting. But then after you've tried them all, you realize there's only like 1 or 2 of them that are good. So then the variety almost means nothing. Blasted sandflies keep landing on the food, as they are wont to do. Gus. Free buffet, one of the perks of living here. Enjoy it, kid. Enjoy it. The free food is the only thing worth a small town. If you brought something for the soup, climb the stairs on the other side and throw it in. Already done, my dear woman. My dear Miss Piggy woman. I put fresh vegetables from my garden into the communal soup pot. As one does. Maybe if I get on the governor's good side, he'll give my business a tax break. Wonder if he likes aged whiskey. Pierre, spoken like a true billionaire. You're the leech on this society looking for tax breaks. You know that those taxes, those are the things that could help, you know, fix up a town and make it so that the giant business moguls like the Joja Cat Mart, you know, they come in and act like they're good for the town. And then they get all their tax breaks and stuff, but because they already have a leg up, it just sort of compounds the issue. Meanwhile, you're sitting here acting like somehow that's going to help you when all of the taxes are really just going to the wealthy, and you're a small-time business owner and probably get most of the tax breaks as it is already. And you don't realize you're just like contributing to the problem, man. If only the mayor would stop schmoozing with them all afternoon. Well, you know. Can look at all of our decals. Starfruit, plain torch, totem pole. Can decorate however we want. Suppose that sometime that might be nice for some people, but I'm not gonna do that. I woke up late, stepped out of the door, and found myself in the middle of all this hubbub. Forgot that today was the luau. How's farming coming along? It must be busy season for you. Probably. If I were better at farming. Be back here by the trees. The air's a lot cooler. That's cool. I would like to be around radical air as well. Governor, who cares? Why should I care about some random old guy? Well, when that old guy is the one causing wars and stuff, maybe you should care. We do this festival every year to give the governor a taste of everything the valley has to offer. Mayor Lewis hopes it will get the governor on our good side. That's why he's so neurotic about the way the soup tastes. Well, luckily I added fruit to his soup, and that never goes bad, I'm sure. A slow, continuous rotation is key to achieving the perfect roast. And you would know, Chef Linus. You would know. Whatever Linus is roasting smells really good. Slurp and a slurp. Good thing I came with sunscreen. I wonder if Maru could use some sunscreen on her shoulders. Whoa, ho, ho, Mr. Man, looking for a good time? Just make sure you achieve proper consent. I hope the soup is good this year. You may have noticed I've given up trying to keep track of the voices. It was too slow and cumbersome, and I don't want to do it anymore. I'm full, but what else is there to do besides eat? No one deserves a special voice anymore. If not everyone can have a special voice, no one gets a special voice. Hi there, Belinda. Taking a breather. To tell the truth, I'd rather be fishing right now. Well, you're by the water, so I don't really see a reason why you can't be fishing right now. I can't because I'm forbidden by the laws of the universe. But you probably could. And we come over here and talk to Miss Lady. Hi, Miss Lady. It's tiring to socialize with everyone. I'd rather watch the sea. That is spoken after my true heart, too, lady. I've been told many times that I'm whatever her name is. Wait, hold on. Who is she? I don't care. That I'm her in real life, which I'm cool with. She seems like a pretty cool, goth chick, which is, that's cool and alluring in its way, and I'd be content with that label. The more people are curious about your festivities, they become upset when you litter into the ocean. Good thing I don't do that. Goth aesthetic, to finish that thought. This is definitely one of the cooler ones, especially nowadays when people seem to be getting a resurgence in the interest in goth and scene and all that kind of stuff. To which I would say, you kids don't even know what goth and scene is, okay? I grew up with that. That was my aesthetic as a child. I was all about that. I had all the band tees. Like, I had 10 t-shirts. 9.5 of them were pure black with some form of skull or blood graphic on them. And that was my thing, man. That was my thing. And now everyone's just coming around and acting like they did it. And the fact is, though, I didn't start it either. It's like started in the 80s with the hair metal, and it's always been a thing. It's cool, and I'm glad it's back. So, Abigail, that's her name, right? Anyway, should we move forward with the luau? Yeah, let's do it. I will likely fail to have a dance partner. Well, folks, it's time once again for the potluck ceremony. I trust that you all put high-quality ingredients in the pot this year. We don't want the governor to regret his visit to the valley. Well, I didn't put low-quality ingredients. Well, Governor, would you do the honor of tasting the soup? Of course, I've been looking forward to this all year. And in the background, in real life, I can hear my cat vomiting up a hairball. Right as someone's eating, which is great. The governor... don't have much to say about this. It's an average soup. And now our town will be bulldozed to put up a factory, probably a lithium-ion battery factory. The water will serve well for cooling the system, and pollution is just a casualty of progress. Or so we will decide in this capitalistic world of ours. Well, who else wants some soup? We'll all come and we'll eat soup. The soup was just average, but otherwise the luau was a success. Time to head home. When we go home, it's 10 p.m. We could pause time and just do a little bit more exploring. Frankly, I think it would probably be better use of our time to go do other stuff. I don't know. It's impossible to know. Who could even understand? There's, I believe, somewhere in here. I had, oh yeah, I needed to put my furnace somewhere. We placed the furnace. Oh, that's the cat's water dish. We could put the furnace back here. Truthfully, I'd actually like to kind of just start using up some of these spaces here. Can we not put our furnace... furnace can't go there. Oh, as it has to be on grass. It has to be a proper fire hazard. If we're gonna furnace our house. Get it? Furnace our house. Anyways, maybe we'll put the furnace over here. It's kind of out of the way. And then if we go to crafting, if I wanted to make a chest, I need 50 wood. So here's where the brilliance of everything comes into play here. Can we not? Here we go. So if we pull this open and go to our chest with all of our stuff, we have our 50 wood. We can take... wait, where did the wood go? I just had it. Oh, it's right there. Okay, so we take our wood, and then we can go... into here, craft a chest. Put that right there just for a second. And then we take our chest. And then if we can just put our chest... could put it... if we just put it right next, if we just do this, and we can go into our chests. And then we have this chest, and we can call this one... can edit it. Rename this one the furnace chest. Furnace chest. And then we can just, like, from now on, start putting things in here, and it'll automatically do what we need it to do. We can maybe make it the color of a furnace. Not gonna allow us... okay, well, maybe we can't Okay, if we save that. Oh, there we go. So we can make the furnace chest gray just like that. And then we come back out of here, and then we go into our chests here. Because then if we go to this one where I've got like ores and stuff, see, we can have like copper bars and stuff. We can have like coal and copper ore. If we just like take these things, I don't know if clay can do anything with it. Take the copper bars and stuff. I think the minerals do anything. I'll have to do some research to make sure I know what goes where. But then if we go to here, we go to our furnace chest, and then we go bang, bang, and bang. And then it'll start making stuff automatically for us, and it'll, you know, just kind of do its thing, and that's kind of great. So we've got that going, and that's wonderful. For the sake of just the episodes, I'm gonna, because we can pause our time and we can still go around, we'll just go ahead and go around and do some stuff. I'll just continue to do research as I play and learn how to best set up all these automations. But this is going to make things probably a lot better. Like, let's be real. How many people were just absolutely losing their minds watching me not know what on earth I'm doing? Look at us shaking trees. It's a special event when we get to we shake a tree. We can go ahead and do this type of stuff. Come over here. What's even blocking our movement? I can't. Oh, it's a giant boulder. That one's a giant boulder. And we can do that and get ourselves a bit more access moving around. It's hard to see when it's dark, but it's probably fine. It doesn't really make a difference. We're just kind of killing time so we have a reasonable amount of time to do stuff, and we can, as I continue to learn and be better at stuff, we can get, you know, better at doing stuff. We'll get there. It'll be great. Just trust me. Trust me, I'm a hero, and it'll be great. I don't know. We can fish too. I might just go do a little fishing or something with whatever time and energy we have left. And we'll just proceed then. The luau frankly made things a little awkward with timing because it didn't really do too much. Like, it didn't give us a whole lot to do. Whoa, one of the other things that I did, watch this. Look at this. Aha! We turn in the direction that it's facing now with the sword. That was a mod there, and I don't regret that one in any way, shape, or form. That was one of the most insane things, trying to deal with all of that. That you couldn't, like, you had to turn your character to face, like, those moving bugs and stuff. I understand that they're probably thinking, like, hey, that'll make it more of a challenge, and that's good, but, like, you know, after a certain point, it's like, God, just calm down with the challenge, man. Like, this is getting to be way too much, and we don't need that. So it's way better now. That was a huge improvement. And I think we'll find that one is just always better. And so, nothing to hoe there. Just a questionable thing some people might think to just say, but then also at the same time, it was safe enough to put it in a, you know, in a children's movie with the Cat in the Hat. So, like, you know, is it actually inappropriate, or are we just too sensitive as a society? Depending on your political stance, apparently that's a thing to debate about who's too sensitive about stuff, because we don't have room in our hearts for acknowledging that different people just have different sensibilities. That's too nuanced for us, and we like to put things in nice clear boxes. What is stopping me from moving over here? I can't. Oh, it's the bush. It's probably just the bush. Again, with the nighttime, I recognize I'm making things more difficult for myself than they need to be, but, you know, I just want to do something with a little bit of time that we have, and so then we can just kind of all move on with this episode. In future, I imagine those events will be less awkward with timing, because I'll just be more, you know, equipped to actually do stuff and be interactive and have fun. Because now I'm going to be able to talk to people regularly. Honestly, that's one of the biggest reasons that I did this. I just wanted to be able to, you know, actually talk with people and make progress on those relationships. Because, like, you know, we want to be able to be friends with people, but it's hard when you don't have the, you know, ability to when you're just like trying to figure out how to do everything, and it just all takes forever, and you know, it's just it's long and tedious, and we can do better. So at any rate, how are we doing in our episode timing? It's getting close. And I'm also pretty low on energy, so we might just go ahead. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's sample. If I go here, I don't have any chests in range. Yeah, no. Okay, so we need to, if we want to do that, so we got to be within our farm, which is a reasonable balance to have, although I think that's an editable thing. I might change that and make it so I can just access them everywhere. There's a certain level of expedience that makes sense, especially when you're streaming, but also when you're just an impatient little puke like me. So, like, you know, that's just what we can think about and recognize is that I'm a child who isn't patient about stuff and wants his results now. We'll go back up. I suppose it's a reasonable time now. We can return back to our thing and manage all of the stuff that we just found, and that'll be good. We'll eventually want to chop down all of these trees so I can build a better farm and make better farms and stuff, and that'll be part of the values here. So like now we can open our chests and stuff, and see the furnace chest is still making things, and it should automatically, once we have like our coppers and stuff, it'll provide those ores. But then if we go to, you know, if we wanted to go to the pink chest and put in our fruits that we found and our flowers, just add all those things in there. Acorns, the seeds, the resources, these can all go into the gray chest, right? Put all of these things in there, all of our resources. That one can go in the furnace chest, because we'll use that in there. And if there's different chests that need different things, we can just sort of like, you know, add stuff to them as we need to, and that's a great way to do it. And if we put all those things there, although actually if we take mixed seeds, the maple seeds, the acorns, that everything, you know, if we organize everything too, that makes it easier. If we do that, can we make more of our seed? But what do we need? Oh, we need pine cones. Did I not have a pine cone? I could have sworn I had a pine cone. Who can say? It's impossible to know. If we come here, yes, we do have pine cones. Now we go crafting. We'll just make one of these. What are we missing now? Oh, the acorns. Oh, the acorns. The acorns of Olympius that are critical to the production of delicious field snacks that one must use when trying to survive or something. Anyways, of all of these resources and seeds and stuff, and we can just have so many chests. We can just make a big, huge storage bed for ourselves and function. But now with all this time, we can actually like get all kinds of resources and continue to do stuff. To check. I don't know if there's anything for us to gain at this point. Weather report. Source now weather forecast for tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow. Great. Fortune teller. Spirits are happy today. You'll do the best to provide everyone with good fortune. It's nice. Living off the land. Welcome to Living Off. Back again with another tip for y'all. Listen up. Starting tomorrow, an unusual amount of shells and corals are expected to wash up on beaches all around the world. I'm no scientist, but I've heard it's something to do with crab mating season. It's disgusting, and no one wants to think about that in too much detail. At any rate, you could make some good coin combing your local beach. And with that, you can probably go ahead and say, thank you for joining us. We love and appreciate every single one of you. Feel free to mod the crap out of your games. Make them fun for yourself. Do what makes you happy with them, and be totally content with that. That's like honestly one of the best bits of advice I could ever give anyone. Just to do things and enjoy them how you like. It's purists will tell you that that's wrong, and I'll tell you that's silly. You can just do what you want. People are free to do what they want. So there you go. That's what I've got for you. We love you. We'll see you next time. A sneeze to send you off. Goodbye. 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 A chew. And goodbye. An interesting concept. Perhaps a sneeze would be a good farewell. Especially in a post-COVID world, I'm sure. People would be happy to see you leave at that point.